Go ahead, Pat.
All right, I'm going to get to the next story here.
Tom,
Austin
Poppy,
Metcalf.
Daddy, calm down.
Tom, Austin Metcalf's suspected killer indicted on first-degree murder charge in track stabbing. Go ahead and play the clip, Rob. Go for it.
Good afternoon. Earlier this spring, our community was shaken by what happened at a school track meet in Frisco. The violent loss of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. For weeks now, my team has been presenting evidence to the grand jury, and today I summarized that evidence, and I asked the grand jury to return a first-degree murder indictment against Carmelo Anthony, which they did. With this indictment, the case now moves formally into the court system. From this point forward, we'll continue doing our job both fully and fairly to pursue justice under the law. As for the scheduling of the trial, that will be up to the court. But when the time comes, we will be ready. Now, we know that this case has struck a deep nerve here in Collin County and beyond. And that's understandable. When something like this happens at a school event, it shakes people to the core. But let's remember that the justice system works best when it moves with steadiness and principle. That's what we're committed to, and that's what this case deserves. We're also mindful of Austin's family and everyone who loved him. Please keep them in your thoughts, and if you're willing, your prayers as well. Finally, let's remember that a defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law.
Yeah, is he? Okay, you know what his voice sounded like? It was like a
sleep machine.
Sunday school, like
I was
for kids, like a Sunday school teacher, like you're trying to put the kids to.
I was about to go to
an hour nap.
Yeah,
and
that would have put me down. Tom's out.
We pray in the
Tom's
So
out.
Carmelo Anthony, 18 years old, athlete from Frisco, County High School, was indicted first-degree murder, stabbing Austin Metcalf, 17-year-old junior Memorial High School with Collin County County District Greg Williams. So, Vinny, this story here, your thoughts on what we know about this story?
Okay, actually, so remember when it first happened, and me and Tom were talking about this yesterday. Everybody was all, especially the African American community, especially those people. Like I don't know if it was his attorney or somebody. This freaking guy who's been arrested multiple times. I think it was attempted murder or something. Rob, if you could help me find out who this guy was. And the whole story was, as we always said, the black kid was the victim. Okay. He was there. He was approached by the white guy. The white guy tried to get tough, and he stabbed him in self-defense. Okay. Now, allegedly, there's video showing that there was no threat, that he was just standing there talking to him, and this guy took out a knife that he brought to a track meet for no reason.
Video shows.
They're saying that there's footage because, Pat, for them to come back with an indictment for first-degree murder, you know what that means? They have sufficient evidence to say, okay, we're seeing what we're not seeing, what the public always tries to say, which it's sufficient enough to take in. And I know this from people that are lawyers, and one of them, Selena, who's on Manek, that they have they hate going to trial, the state, Pat, if they don't have a home run hit, meaning they think that it's over 90% that they're gonna win. Okay, and this kid died in his twin brother's arms. Okay, and still the media tiptoed around it and tried to act like, no, it was BS. And this is what pissed me off. The family pulled in $515,000. The public, without knowing any evidence, without seeing one freaking video, they're like, let's send this family money because we think that this kid is innocent. So they paid for the legal fees, the rent, security, relocated them to a gated community, which I believe was $3,500 a month. And the campaign was run by Jacob Wells. And they're not getting any of that cash until it hits $600,000. But anyway, just the bottom line is, it's all smoke and mirrors. Okay, the media would rather hype up the racism than show or wait for the evidence. Okay, and it just drives me crazy that in those moments, all the race card gets promoted, but nobody waits for the evidence. And God bless the father of Jesse Metcalf. I still got to give that guy credit back, because regardless of everything that happened, he did get a little bit choked up, but he said, we have to pray for this kid. We have to pray for this kid's family and hope that this kid sees the light, even though in the darkness of what he did, the crime that he did. Because his father knows what was up, because his brother told him what happened. So I just hope justice is done. And again, I have to pray for this guy and hope that he finds, some love in his heart for everything that he just did.
And by the way, his GoFundMe, Rob, is that correct that they raised, the goal was $1.396 million. They raised $538,000.
Yep.
Does that money end up going to them whether it gets finalized or not? Do you know if that money gets activated or no?
I don't know if, that's a very good question. I don't know if you know. I think you could just stop the campaign whenever you want, Rob, and take
And
the
just
money.
take the money.
If I'm not mistaken, because I've done it when we raised the money for
And
the
what
guy.
is the level of accountability for the money?
They
you
don't
raise?
give it. No, they don't. I don't think they give two shits. Once it's gone, Pat. All they worry about is the moment of okay, transaction and give, send, go or whatever gets the money percentage, and then it goes
All right.
to the family.
Tom, you have thoughts on this?
Yeah, this is called due process. And everybody says, I was denied due process. I was denied due process. Look, this was not the DA bringing it. This was a DA going to a grand jury, and there were eyewitnesses. But what there also was, they were at a track meet, and other people with camera phones taking pictures of their own children and things happening. And grand jury got a hold of the rest of that and saw him reach into the bag and do things. So the DA came back and said, I have a very strong case. And by the way, it's not just aggravated assault resulting in murder. No, it's not murder 2, getting angry and doing it. No, it's murder 1.
First degree.
And murder 1 is the highest, most difficult bar. Requires revenge, premeditation, and specific intent that is fully planned and contemplated. And so due process took place here because the process normally is you have arrest, you have booking, you have the district attorney, or in this case, a grand jury make it down. But instead, we had a bunch of other steps inserted in there. This grandstanding, that's not part of due process. Spin by the media, that's not part of due process. Raising a legal defense fund. Now, this is legal. It is perfectly legal to go to Give, Send, or other places and raise a legal defense fund if you think someone has been wronged and you don't want them to use the public defender. You want to make sure they can hire other assumably more competent people. But due process is flowing here. And the DA, I applaud him for being very measured and specific and then saying, you are innocent until proven guilty, and this is the charge that we believe we're going to prove. But the next step is court. So I think we all have to remember there's another victim here, right? The victim is Austin Metcalf and everything that's there. But the other victim is whatever happened to this young man who's going to be on the permanent payroll of the U.S. government or the Texas correctional system to the tune of 45 to 50 grand a year for the rest of his life. Mm-hmm. And so you have to remember he's about to enter crime college. And so I just see a lot of victims here. And what happened to this young man that he got himself to the point that before he's ever really a full-blown 21-year-old, individual out in society, that he has the capacity to get to such a dark place and to go down and do this. And so that's what I think. But for everybody complaining about due process, it's here and it's running. Shut up.
Adam.
Yeah.
Just
well,
first he gets
justice
upset
was
at the
served.
lady, CSUN announced it. Go for it, Adam. Tom's got a
Sorry.
temper today.
Can you hear me
Go
okay?
ahead. I'm listening to you. Go for it.
Sir, sorry.
Yeah.
So justice was served. What they tried to do, as Vinny pointed out, was try to make this into a race thing. They really tried to turn this into a race thing. PBD, on the podcast we did Tuesday, you talked about how everyone has bias.
Yep.
You're so right. All right, this person has bias. What side are they on?
Yep.
How do they develop
Yep.
their relationships? What issues do they process? Bias, bias, bias. There's people out there that genuinely saw a black kid versus a white kid, and they go, I got the black kid's back. Straight up. Doesn't matter that he murdered somebody. Doesn't matter that he just got convicted of first-degree murder. I'm on his team. I'm going to donate money. What? So he tried to raise, I think, over $1 million. They raised $500,000. There are people that were simply coming to his fence because he was black. There's no other reason. He just got convicted of first-degree murder. By the way, the same people could also be guilty on the other side. There's people, oh, he's white. We got to defend the white guy. Let justice persevere. They call it blind justice. Justice was served. This gentleman, this young kid, this 17-year-old, ruined his life. He took somebody's life. He ruined the life of the family. This kid had a twin brother, did he not, Austin Metcalf? Twin brother.
Yep.
What does that kid have to do?
Yep.
What does that kid have to do when he looks in the mirror every single day and sees his brother's face, his dead brother's face? So justice was served. We all have bias, and I think people should check their bias before they weigh in on situations. Am I biased on this because he's black or white or Christian or Jewish or Muslim? Probably yes. But thank God in the United States, we don't care about bias. We care about justice.
And just to clarify, there was a GoFundMe set up for Carmelo Anthony. It was taken down once it reached six figures. Estimated was about $160,000 before GoFundMe removed it because their policy bans fundraisers for violent crimes defense. And to answer your question, Pat, there is no automatic accountability for how the money is spent on Give, Send, Go. It's up to the fundraiser organizer to be transparent, but there's no built-in oversight. So as for the goal, you don't have to wait for it to hit the goal. You can access the cash whenever you want.
Makes sense.
And by the way, I appreciate Adam's point. I appreciate it, Adam. In the middle of your point, you may not have realized that you said convicted. He's actually been indicted, and the next step is the full trial.
Yeah. So, okay, thanks for that correction. We'll see what happened here. Folks, if you're watching this, one of the things that is very important in a time like this, while all the chaos are happening, if you're running a small business or you're an executive or somebody that's a startup, you're trying to raise money, you're trying to sell your business, you're trying to make proper strategic partnerships, maybe, take your comp plan to a different level, variable comp to a different level. You want to find a better way to expand your business model, expand your podcast. We had a guy that came to us, a doctor, at 288 subscribers on his podcast. Within 90 days, I think he's at 160,000 subscribers right now. We spend an entire day with him at our consulting firm. The one thing most people don't know about is the fact that we engage with about 10,000 people worldwide in 60 plus countries at Bet David Consulting. If you're a small business owner, we have this 5x5 program that we go through, 5 challenges you face at 5 different phases of your business. We've been talking about this now for 3 years. If you want to get this 5x5 brochure that we have, go to betdavid.com, my last name, betdavid.com. All the way at the bottom, if you want to engage with one of our consultants, whether it's myself, Tom, or someone else, or find out about our events, go to betdavid.com, fill out the information all the way at the bottom, put your phone number in, put your email in. One of our guys will get a hold of you. We'll talk to you about what we have to offer here and share with you the PDF of the 5 challenges every founder faces at 5 different phases of their business. So again, go to betdavid.com. This is all free. There's an 18-minute video that breaks down the challenges as well for you to watch, specific to those of you that are running businesses, executives that want to take your business to the next level and find strategies to excel during these chaotic times. Don't do it alone. If there's anything I would tell you is don't do it alone during these seasons.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.